Ones, empaths. The narcissist can't control you, and it drives them crazy. You see, during the relationship, you showed some resilience where you weren't to be molded, you weren't to be messed with. And oftentimes, the reason why it ended in a brutal discard is because they couldn't actually control you. So they looked for the only way to control you, which would be to withdraw, take themselves out of the equation, leave you guessing, leave you wondering, put you through silent treatment. It's why they resorted to these tactics. But you've got to understand that throughout the relationship, they tried to control you. They were trying to control you on a daily basis. From the moment they met you, they seek to control. And they loved everything about you. They loved your kindness, your love. They loved your courtesy. They loved your energy. You know, they loved your supply. But there were certain things that they tried to make you do that you didn't want to do. You didn't want to do those certain things. And it drove them crazy. Because on one hand, they had everything they wanted in a person. But on the flip side, they had someone that had a backbone. Now I understand that we did get pushed around a bit. We did get exploited a bit. But you got to understand there's underlying issues, underlying things that we don't even notice, that drove them absolutely crazy. It could be just a simple thing like you're out for dinner. They make a suggestion what they want you to eat because they're weirdos like that. And you say, no, I'm going to have this on the menu. I'm going to have this. This will make them actually start to sweat. Like, they'll start to get so raging inside them. But the problem with the narcissist is they don't know how to express their emotions. They don't know how to express it. So it might come in a narcissistic rage 3-4 weeks later. So when you're dealing with some narcissistic rage 3-4 weeks later, you're trying to like, hold on, what's the matter, babe? Like, what's the matter? Like, let me sort this out, like, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the matter with you? And you're trying to console them and stuff. Little do you know, they're raging about something you done 3 weeks ago. These lot of weirdos like that. They pent up all this rage inside them. They pent it all up inside them, and then they flip out later on. This is what they're like. Anyone else would say, oh no, I want us to share this tapas, it'll be nice. You know, I want us to share this tapas together. It'll be romantic, it'll be nice. I want us to share something together. And then you might have gone, okay, yeah, that'll be great. Instead, these lot just go all bitter, twisted, resentful. Oh, they're rejecting me. They're saying no. Oh my God. And they start going insane in their heads. These lot have got a lot of internal demons in their heads. They're facing a lot of internal collision every day. Every day these lot are facing some internal collision in their minds. Trust me, they're not like... They're far from a free spirit, you know. They're far from a free spirit. They've got a lot of pent-up rage inside them. And a lot of the pent-up rage is to do with how you weren't being controlled. It could even be something like, oh, I don't want you to wear that clothing. And you wanted to wear that clothing. And they won't take it up with you there and then. That's the thing about them. They're little pussies. They won't take it up with you there and then. They'll act like everything's fine. They're good at wearing that mask. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Then you deal with the backlash later. But you were so hard to control. And you should be proud of that. And this is why they went running. This is why they went for the most brutal discard. When they realized you weren't as easy to control as they thought you were. Because as I said, on one side, they loved everything about you. But the way that you have your own mind, you're not easily manipulated. We were manipulated, yeah, but you're not easily manipulated. You're not a pushover, right? They didn't like that about you. And they didn't anticipate that would be the case. They didn't anticipate that at all. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But you drove them absolutely crazy. The longer that they stayed with you, they were losing their minds. The longer they stood with you, it drove them more and more crazy. So they actually started to wonder and look, the longer they stayed around with you, you made them look at themselves. You made them look at themselves and, oh God, they don't like to look at themselves. They don't like to look in the mirror. They don't like to look in the mirror. And when I mean look in the mirror, I'm on about looking in the mirror, not at your beauty and stuff. I'm on about looking into the mirror and seeing exactly what you are. And they don't like to do that. That will put them in bouts of depression. But I want you to understand that these discards we went through, they blame us for the discard, right? They did blame us for the discard. Oh, you done this, you done that, you done it. We don't even know what the original reason was for the discard. But all I'm telling you is it was something about you not being able to be manipulated the way they want. And they felt like they could find someone else who will be a pushover. And they will find someone else. They may find someone else that will be a pushover. But then on that side, on the flip side of it, if they find someone that will be a pushover, they're not going to have the supplier that we used to give them. And by them not having the supplier that we used to give them, we know narcissists are like junkies. They're going to need that supplier. They're going to need that potent supply. And that's why they think they can come back to us like a revolving door. They think they can circulate back around when the time's right. And you lot need to be ready for that time, because they are going to do it. And I want you to be so prepared that you give them the no. You're not coming back through here. Door slam, bolt and weld it shut. You're not coming back through here. The moment you walked out on me, the moment you discarded me, put me through intense silent treatment, when you try to phone my phone, I'm not just going to answer and be happy. No way. And that's something else that drives them crazy as well. They think in their minds, let me leave them by themselves for a little while. Let me put them through some pain. Let me make them want me. Let me put them through a discard. Let me be the only person they want in the world. That's what they're trying to do to your mind. You need to break that. Because they do get us like that for a moment, don't they? You know when you're discarded and you don't want anyone else but them. But we need to shake that. You will go through that period of time where you only want them back. You don't even want someone else. You only want them. But I'm telling you, enjoy your time alone, because it's a very much needed time that you need. It's very much needed, this period of time, thanks to God and the universe, of them discarding us. This discard is the most beautiful thing that can happen ever. And I know it seems so painful, but it's the most beautiful thing that can happen, because it teaches you to be on your own. These people were trying to turn us into codependents, right? They were trying to turn us into a codependent, right? They were trying to make us rely on them, need them. And this is what this discard's all about. So as long as you can shake that and realize what's actually happening on a higher grand scheme of things, looking down from a bird's eye view, understand that you're dealing with someone that is unstable. They're very jealous. As I'm I brought up that example in the restaurant, you know. Just you picking what you want to eat. They're controlling. They're so controlling. The clothes you want to wear, they're so controlling. And you caused harsh narcissistic injuries when you stood on your ground. And you done this. I just brought up 2 examples. But you done this throughout the relationship. Time and time and time again. Which literally, don't blame yourself, but it pushed them to get this idea to discard you. Had you have not stood your ground and want what's for your life, and you were just a walkover, they would probably still be in your life now. Now, I don't want any of you thinking, oh God, I wish I never done that. Maybe I should have done that. I don't want you thinking that. It's natural for you to want what you want for your life, you know. You don't need to someone doesn't need to control you to that degree, right? So now you're going through this discard and you're alone. This is the time when an empath recharges. This is the time when an empath really recharges. Someone sent me a meme today, and it showed someone laying down on a couch really depressed. Not depressed, but just sleeping and whatnot. And it said something about being in your cocoon. This is what you need. Shout out to the subscriber that sent me that. This is what you need to be. You're going to go in your cocoon. You're going to be sad. You're going to be upset. But then you're going to blossom like a butterfly. You know? You won't be in that cocoon forever. And that's what this alone time is all about. And I want the time when you blossoming and you turn into that butterfly be the time when these lot try and circulate back. I don't want these lot to try and circulate back, and when you're sad and stuff and you're ready to let them back in. There's a rule that all of us need to have. There's a rule that all of us need to have. And it's if someone walks out of your life and looks for other people and goes out of your life for a week, for a month, for whatever, they discard you brutally. They put you through silent treatment. They're not reciprocating what you're saying. There's a rule. We don't let people like that back in our life. Ever. Because they took the piss. And it's only going to happen again if you get back with them. There's something about you, see? There's something about you. You're not that easily manipulated. Yeah, we were manipulated to some degree. But you're not that much of a walkover. And narcissists like a walkover. They love your supply that you give them. Being an empath, being a chosen one. They love your supply. They love it. They'll bask in it all day. But the problem that they face is that you're not that... You've got your own mind. You don't see the things the way... You don't see the world the way they want you to see it. You see the world how you want to see it. You see? They don't like that. And it drives them crazy not being able to control every aspect of you. It drives them nuts. Drives them insane. And this is why they've resorted for this brutal discard. To try and show you, hey, I'm going to put you through some misery now. I'm going to put you through some pain. This is someone that has deliberately tried to inflict severe pain on you. This is the golden rule. You can't let someone like that back in your life. Ever. Someone who takes satisfaction of inflicting pain on others is a fucking weirdo. Sorry to my language. I'm so sorry. But they're seriously messed up. They're seriously messed up. Someone who does that, they are seriously deranged. And they've done this just because they couldn't control you the way they wanted to control you. They've done this just because they couldn't control you the way they wanted to control you. So please understand that this discard that you're going through, I promise you, it's one of the most beautiful things that can happen. Me, some years on now, I love it. I love my alone time. Some of you might meet other people sooner than I did. You know, the people that I bumped into weren't good for me. But some of you might meet some genuine people. Some of you might not be ready for that or even to hear that, and you're thinking, I don't want anyone else. But you know what? The time will come where you might want someone else. You know? But you need to remember the golden rule as well that I always say. They're not your companion. They're not your soulmate. They're not your lover. They're not your other half. They're a counterfeit soulmate that was sent your way for your destruction. And once you fully internalize that and understand that, you understand what they are. They were sent your way to destroy you. And thank God that you've got this resilience. Thank God that you've got this strength inside you. This resilience, this strength. That you were able to not be that molded. You weren't that manipulated. You have that strength inside you. That's such a blessing. Because I'm telling you, it was that strength that you had inside you that led them to want to discard you. And remember, I probably should have said this earlier for those that have tuned out already. The discard's not the final thing with a narcissist. The discard is like, I'm going to discard you to show you what you're missing. I'm going to put you through pain, and then I'm going to try and creep back up sometime later. And then you're going to let me back in all arms open. That's what they've got in their minds. That's what they think's going to happen. They think you're going to let them back in. Please don't let them back in. You can't let them back in. You can't let these abusers back in. You know? They're narcissists. They're weirdos. They don't function like us. Forget the love bomb. Forget the so-called inverted commas good times. There were no good times in the relationship. There was none. That was our lowest point when we was enjoying company with that sad piece of shit. Right? Miserable piece of shit that they are. That was our lowest time, man. That was our lowest point in existence. When we were smiling with them and happy with them. Nah, man. Nah. Makes me feel sick to my stomach. You know, when I think about, it flashes in my head, because I make these videos, stuff flashes into my head about the narcissist. And, you know, when I think about me being romantically involved or intimately involved, it literally makes me feel sick to my stomach, like I want to vomit. I swear it makes me want to vomit. But it took me a little while to get to that stage. You know, I remember I used to miss the companionship. I used to miss the company. You'll go through all of these. You'll go through all of this. You'll miss the company. You'll miss being with them. You miss all of that. But this will all happen when you're in your cocoon. And eventually you're just going to blossom like a butterfly. And you're gonna spread your wings. It's going to be great. You know? And it doesn't have to necessarily mean that you meet someone else straight away. You might spend some time alone. And that's a beautiful thing as well. And a lot gets done when we're alone. When we got no distractions. Part of it is how I made this YouTube channel. Spending my time alone. Picked up the phone one day. Started making a YouTube channel. You lot have got it in you too. You lot have all lived an experience as well. You could do the YouTube channel. You could write a book. You could do anything. You could write a piece of music. Whatever. There's so many... there's so much technology out there that assists with things these days. Like, you can do it as well. And if you ask me now, like, what would I rather be doing? Having a YouTube channel or be with that narcissist? Have a YouTube channel all day long. You know? Even if you asked me, I told you way back about when I went and worked abroad after the narcissist, because they always never wanted me to work abroad. What would you rather have? You working abroad or with the narcissist working abroad? There's absolutely nothing on earth that would let me have them back in my life. Nothing at all. And I want to build you lot up to that point because we're all on different healing journeys. We're all on different rates, right? But I just want you to all be at the point when we all say no. We don't want them back. We would never let them back, no matter what. We would never let them back. Even if God Almighty himself said to us, you need to go back with your narcissists. I'd want all of us to say, no, God, please create someone else for us. Please make someone new for us all. You know, that's the way I want us to be. Please, people, don't let these lot back, because they're counting on you letting them back. And, you know, when they've gone quiet as well, they're off entertaining new people and stuff like that. While you're at home depressed and sad, they're off pretending they're happy, smiling, meeting new people, being intimate with new people. Yeah, we know what happens to them. They regret it. They realize they can't find supply like us. We know that happens. I've told you that many times. But so what? Just because they realize that after doesn't mean it's okay for them to come back in. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, we'll be back with another video soon. Peace.